Welcome to Becca Does Truth Time. I hope you enjoy this video of me talking about the truth and the events going on around us. Hi there and welcome to BecCares Truth Time. I have a very important topic to talk to you about today. I've written down what I want to say, basically because I did a video before and it didn't work, so I'm redoing one. And that's the truth. Anyways, so I'm going to read it from this list and obviously add my own intakes. So I was legitimately talking to my girlfriend the other day just like about my conditions and how people don't really seem to really understand, or people think that you're making it up, or people, they just don't understand what you're talking about or try to make a joke out of it. Like, they will laugh it off as if it doesn't matter, which it does. And yeah, my loved ones say, just don't worry about it. They're pathetic and mean and everything. And, the thing is, I do worry. I worry about it because the actual fact of, reality is that they don't understand. That's what I worry about. And it's what I should be worried about, because they should understand. And this is the troubling thing, people should be made to understand these issues, just like awareness would be fantastic. It would be fantastic. It really would. I don't want to whine, I don't want to bitch. Look, honestly, truthfully, we all whine and we all bitch about something. Okay, but I don't want to be the one that goes, oh, I'm really sore today. But I am genuinely sore every day. Every day I'm in pain. And I'm generally sick every day because of my epilepsy and my fibromyalgia. And whatever the hell is wrong with my back. I've got chronic back pain. You have no idea how sick I am, and that is the point. It's the problem. It doesn't show, and you can maybe look at my back and see that, it doesn't look exactly like a normal person's back. That's my back, and you may or may not see anything wrong with it. I don't know. I can't see. I will on the video, obviously, once I look at it, but unfortunately, you can't show what is on my inside because it's on my inside. It's not on my outside. And that's where the problem really is. You can look at someone in a wheelchair and go, oh, you can look at someone on crutches and go, oh, but looking at someone who's in chronic pain all the time, inside them, chronic pain inside them 24/7, even when I'm trying to sleep, which is why I have bad sleeping problems. You can't see it on the outside, not unless they are constantly crying. And, sadly, I grew up in an environment where crying was looked down upon. Let's put it that way. It was looked down upon, and you were weak to cry, and you would get in trouble if you cried. And the only crying I could do was in secret. And I usually just try my best not to cry at all. I try my best not to cry because I don't want to cry in front of people. And, that's down to my parents. That issue is down to my parents, which is a whole different issue. The point is, I have been made to hide and feel, that I have to hide my pain away. I've had to hold my pain back, I guess, is what you would say. And so whenever I think of pain, I think of anger, I think of frustration. But, sometimes late at night, I will cry because, I will cry. Late at night, when I'm in bed, trying to sleep, unable to sleep because the pain is just too much, knowing that I've taken painkillers, but they only work in the slightest fraction. Just that tiny little bit. And that is life. I will cry. Sometimes I will cry myself to sleep. Because I get into the stage where it is so bad that I can't do anything. I feel like I can't move, and that makes me angry and annoyed at myself, basically. It just gets to a point where it's bloody unreal, and unless you're in this body, you can't feel it. And I don't want you to feel it. I don't want anyone to feel this amount of pain. But sadly, this is a part of me, and that is what makes me angry. Not just the fact that I have these issues and problems. No. You see, no. No. The fact that people don't take the time to listen and understand the fact that people don't care. Unless that person has a wheelchair or something. But even then, they can be completely misguided and just plain wrong, really. And still not understand this, this world, this whole new better world that we're supposedly living in. It's not better. It's not better. It's not brighter, because people aren't learning, okay? People aren't learning. People are cold. They're not being educated properly. Even the doctors, they can be the same. The doctors and the nurses. So can some of the specialists. No. People need to be better, more informed, better educated. There are a lot of things that upset me, but this has got to be pretty high on the list. Honestly, if I'm saying seriously, this is high, very high on the list. And it needs to be said. It just needs to be said more. People need to understand, and the only way that they can do that is if they look into it, and, schools should teach classes. I don't mean just high school and college. I'm talking about primary school. They should be knowing this stuff. They should teach classes on all different aspects of disabilities so that people can be more prone to understanding and caring and accepting of each other. And I think that's something that's really, really important, especially in this day and age. Okay, so a lot of people are mean. That's true. Very true. There's lots of mean people, but a lot of those mean people, when it comes to this, are mostly just uneducated, and they don't comprehend all of this. I think that people need to have a good, hard look at themselves, and I think they need to look into these types of things. Not so, that they can become a doctor, but so they can become a better human being. More likely to understand people's problems, what people are going through, why they are like they are, how they are. More able to accept and, more able to be there for them, instead of being completely ignorant. People say to me, what do you mean by everyone? Whenever I say, everyone does this, or everyone says this, I mean everyone. Seriously, I don't mean people that I just know. I mean everyone. Everyone. The whole world is a disgrace. I hear stories, I see things, I live it. I'm sorry. I know that I'm raving, but it's wrong and it needs to be said, and it probably has been said many times, but I'm re-saying it because I think this is something that's important. It really, really is important to me, at least. And, I think it's sad that the people who don't think it's so important are probably saying that way because they don't understand, and that's the whole problem. Personally, it's a hard thing. There are a lot of different things that I can't do within limitations. Something like picking up groceries. I want to help people out. I want to do stuff. But my pain limits that so that I feel like a failure. I feel like a daily failure. I can't lift anything too heavy. I can't stand up for too long. I can't sit down for too long. There are so many limitations, and not just with pain. My epilepsy causes a lot of complications. Stress. I can't be stressed. If I'm stressed, I'm more prone to fits. It's really a huge thing, and my epilepsy is just getting worse and worse and worse as I go along. Luckily, I'm booked in to see not booked in. I'm on a waiting list to see a neurologist. So I hope, that gets accepted soon, because that'd be really, really good. Hopefully, unless they're... I think that there needs to be more people to speak about stuff like this. I've got so many things that go through my head all the time. I also got PTSD, which doesn't help, and depression and anxiety disorder. Yeah. It's just, it's hard. A lot of the times I wake up and I don't want to get out of bed. Sometimes I feel like I can't even get out of bed. Not because I'm sad, but because I literally feel my whole body crumbling around me. And I don't know what I can do. I don't think there's anything I can do. I've tried physio. I tried all these different types of exercises. I've tried different types of pain relief. I've tried just about everything. Nothing seems to work for me. All the pain meds make me sick. So it's hard. And the exercises, they seem to make it worse instead of better, which I know, people say, it's got to get worse before it gets better, but in this case, it doesn't actually work. I've tried it, and I don't mean I've just tried it once. I've tried it a lot for a long period of time, and it hasn't helped me one bit. I just do the best with what I've got, and that's just how I go. I'm just me, you know. I just want to be a normal, healthy woman, young woman with no health issues. But unfortunately, that's not me. I am how I am, and I'm hoping that something will change in the future so that I can have a shot at being, you know, I guess, better. It's really hard. Like, I've got really supportive family and friends, but at the end of the day, I'm the one that's in this body. I'm the one that's feeling all these things, and, you know, I'll tell someone that I'm in pain sometimes, you know, if they ask how I am. But the pain that I deal with, it's not like I can switch a switch and it can go off and on. It's basically there the whole time, but it just gets worse throughout certain aspects of the day. If I'm standing too long, the pain will intensify and intensify and intensify until I want to literally drag myself down. If I'm sitting down for too long, it'll intensify until I either lay down or stand up. Most of the time I just have to lay down, but I don't want to lay down because I know that the more I lay down, the more I'm going to want to stay laying down. And that's not good, because laying there is not good or healthy. I promised myself that I would make a change this year, and I've been doing pretty well. I'm kind of happy with myself. I've been eating more vegetables. I never used to touch them. Not because I'm like a child. Well, I guess I kind of am in that aspect, maybe. But because something deeper than that, which I'm not going to go into. But, you know, it's just hard. It's a hard life. And some people will be able to understand it and some people won't. I just wish that there was schools that took on this. All different types of disabilities, not just those in which you can plainly see. And that's the truth. I hope you guys liked my video.